Hi guys, welcome to my niece TV Zealots. You guys, we went and saw Black Panther. Now, no, we didn't go see it today. We saw it when it came out, but we wanted to be respectful of the people who couldn't get those early tickets, So here we are. I'm so excited. Can you tell? My name is Denise, and my partner in crime is Mary. Mary, say hi.
Hi, so glad you guys are here with us. Come, sit down, enjoy the Black excellence. Give this video a like, subscribe to our channel. We're just here, chilling. I'm just kidding. We're super excited about Black Panther. T'Challa. Ooh, ooh. Anyway, so Denise, why don't you start us off?
Look, okay, so first impressions, y'all. I was super excited. I was like, finally, a movie that lines up with what I was taught as a child. I went to an African immersion school, so we got the education about, the African continent before colonization and all of those great things. So I was like, yes. But then after I woosah, and got it together, I calmed myself. Then I just was able to sit back and chill and enjoy this great movie because for all of this, ambiance and, all of its beauty,
Beauty is right. Let's talk about that later. Actually, let's talk about it now. Let's talk about this cast. They're amazing. Every single person in this movie can act. Every single person in this movie is beautiful. Well, except Claw, but he's not supposed to be. That's fine. Let's do a rapid, and we'll get into our favorites. But okay, Everett Ross and Claw, quickly. I like them.
I liked them. I felt like Claw was a great, bad guy until, he got double crossed.
That's it.
And I felt like Detective Ross was there doing everything like he was supposed to do, and assisting when he needed to be assisting, and hushed when he needed to be hushed.
Come on now. Yes. I should say, spoiler alert, it's Tuesday. Don't watch this if you haven't seen it yet. Okay, so anyway, M'Baku, the king of the Jabari. For me, he is a beautiful, thick brother, and I'm very happy that those types of chunky men were represented. I'm very happy.
I will say this, he's so tall and big, you just man.
Yeah.
Where does he end?
He doesn't need to. He can go on forever.
I mean,
climb him like a tree. I will say he was amazing comic timing. The scene in his palace temple was right on time, and that scene was one of the most perfect scenes in the whole movie. Okay, the Dora Milaje, Okoye. What do you think?
Girl, excellent, brilliant. Man, Denai really took that role and just made it great. I just want to say it was everything.
She was my general. I mean,
I'm like, yes. Can I be a part of the Dora Milaje?
Right.
I'm ready to shave my head. I'm good.
Okay, I'm down. I'm in. I'll just follow her around. And her love, Wakabi, I think he's a bit trifling. We've talked about this. It's fine. It's fine. Double crossing. It was his 4th day at work. And he just goes,
yes, he was wrong.
Yeah.
Should he given him more time? Yes. But I do understand his point of view. He felt like, he's given T'Challa years to handle this business.
Right.
And I think he would have given T'Challa more time had he not promised. He was like, let me go with you. Let me take Claw down. Like, I want to be right there to handle this business. And he's like, no, I need you here protecting the borders and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, I promise you, either I'm going to kill him where he stands or bring him back. And he did neither. So I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Killmonger. He's so fine. No, you know what? Let's not do Killmonger. Let's do Killmonger and Panther last. Let's talk about Nakia and Shuri. I loved them so much.
I do too. I think they were my fave.
Yeah.
I don't know. They all were my fave. I can't even pick a fave. Let me stop.
They're all so.
I feel like Shuri is exactly who should have been in charge of the technological advancement of the people. Like, why wouldn't you put it, in the hands of a kid? They're the most innovative, the most inventive. Like, their mind, this is what they do. Like, they're creative, and of course she's thinking of ways of making everything better, even though it works good. T'Challa's like, look, I'm good. It stopped bad people. Like, what you want? And she's like, no, I can make it better. It can stop bad guys and help people,
And be the size of a necklace.
Right. So, I just feel like Shuri, that's exactly who should be in charge. Like that. That is who. Even though, that was one of the things that the Jabari were like, oh, you got a kid in charge of, what's going on. And one of his reasoning, M'Baku's reasoning for challenging T'Challa. But it's like, that's who should be in charge. Like, this is the best thing they've done. Like, well, I don't know about the best thing they've done, but this is smart.
Anytime you want to put the future of your vibranium in the hands of a child, and I'm like, what better way to think of newer ways to use it? She's the one that created that train system. She's what little girls can look up to. She's our new Disney princess, a genius, a scientist. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, that makes me so happy. And to one of my favorites, Okoye and Nakia are my favorites. They had a very powerful scene in this movie where she was saying that she still has love for Wakanda. She still wants to fight for it. And Okoye is like, those are big words coming from someone that comes and goes as she pleases, I feel like Nakia's story, I need more. I need her backstory. She is so interesting, so amazing. T'Challa freezes. He is mesmerized by her. He's like, I never freeze. And I'm like, oh, he's going to freeze. He's going to freeze.
Yeah, he totally freeze. It's like, I feel like Nakia, she's this force, she wants she gives up on, not gives up on, but like she leaves her love because their minds don't meet up where she think on the things that are important to her. As far as Wakanda helping the people, the men and women who look just like them, with and they have the resources to help these people out of bondage and whatever the situation is. Some are starving, they can share, like, but they're that's not our way, and she's like, how could it not be our way to help our brothers and sisters? Exactly. So she wanted to do that work. And man, when we meet her, she's she has a plan. And
Yeah.
he's like, I'm here to come get you. She like, you ruining my plan. I'm out here trying to help these people.
I thought that was amazing. And how, oh my gosh, just the different parallels they have between the beginning of the movie and the end. She saves that boy soldier and has the women send him home. And then at the end with Killmonger, he could have been saved, but it was too late for him. Let's talk about T'Challa and Killmonger. I think Chadwick was so perfect as Black Panther. I had some reservations at first, especially in Civil War. I was like, he looks it, but like, can he really pull it off in his own movie? And he's beautiful. He was so perfect, very kingly. He had that swagger, it's necessary. Um,
No, I know. It's very necessary.
yeah, I thought he was amazing in this movie. I mean, he's a great actor, just hands down anyway. So I knew that he would body this. So, and Killmonger, the way that he handled him once he found out who he was. And I think you had said this earlier when you were like, he went too easy on him at that first challenge because
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh my God, he knew um that he had been done wrong,
yeah.
and he let his father's, sins kind of, weigh on his conscience, and he didn't fight as hard as he should have
Mhm.
in that first battle. It's no reason why he shouldn't have fought harder. And like in the end, he kind of like just gave up. Like, yeah, just kick me down, just throw me over in the, off a cliff. It's all good. Like, whatever you do, I deserve it because maybe I don't deserve to be king.
Mm,
Not with what my father did, not if I'm my father's child. And so I feel like that was really, important of
mm.
a moment for him. And just like when he was went back into the spirit realm and he read his father
Oh yeah.
for Phillips. And so he was like, you shouldn't have done it, because if we think about what he created, a total monster, when had he not been robbed, had Killmonger not been robbed of his place in Wakanda, if T'Chaka wasn't such a coward and you know went back and said, you know what, I'm going to take the child,
Mm-hmm.
because yes, his father made mistakes, and yes, he had to stop him. I don't know if he had to kill him, but he
Right.
did have to stop him from harming Zuri. So it's like all of that, yes, but then afterwards, the decisions you made
Yeah.
were not in a split moment. It was, you had time to think about this, and you ruined this child's life. He no longer has a father. He no longer has a place. And when Killmonger was telling him, was saying, he's like, I was, a little boy in Oakland believing in fairy tales. Like, T'Challa doesn't know what that means.
Yeah.
But for a kid growing up in the ghetto,
Yep.
seeing violence and uh just acts of violence on their peers just because of the color of their skin,
Mm-hmm.
to believe that there is a world, a better place, where all the people of color are genius and brilliant, and that is so technologically advanced, the most in the world, it's hard to believe
Mm-hmm.
when you're seeing so much, just of people in the gutter or down in the trenches. So it's like that meant a lot. And they took that away from him.
Yeah.
And then when he found out it was real, he like, seriously?
Man.
I grew up like this when I could have been living like that, you know, had means.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
he's like, yeah, you guys need to share this with the world. And Nakia had the same plan. And
Yeah.
like you were saying, she had the same plan, but it wasn't violent. She was just saying that they should go ahead and help people and, help share whatever they have
They
because
could
they
be
have
ambassadors
enough,
to the world.
more than enough.
Oh yeah. They could be the true ambassadors to the world and show the rest of the world how it is supposed to be done.
And can I say, like, that is so realistic?
Mm.
Think about all the resources that Africa was robbed of
Oh yeah.
and how the world basically lives off of them
Oh yeah.
while they're in the struggling situation that Killmonger is
Yeah.
in. So it's like I'm being robbed you know, of all the resources that I should have had, in my birthright.
Exactly.
So I mean, I just really thought like I said, it was a great story,
Oh, the
even
story is
without
perfect.
any, it, like you said earlier, like without it being the first, you
Mhm.
know, Black director, first Black, superhero, but first Black, all of these first. And with them dealing with the issues of race without even talking about it, like just in the story, it's so integral.
Yeah. Yes. Um, just the way that the story even unfolded was so organic. It was so natural. The small little cultural elements of African versus African American. It's so nuanced. It's so deep. On the surface, this is one of the best Marvel movies they've ever made. You get deeper down, this is an unapologetic view of Black peoples, American, Caribbean, African, Black peoples in the world. I mean, you can keep going deeper down. I mean, this movie it's so important, but at face value, it's a fabulous movie. One thing that I do have a gripe about, and this goes for maybe the last 3 Marvel movies, they use so much CGI. I I know it costs so much to go on location and to actually build these big structures and stuff on sets. So they use a lot of it in CGI and just build like just the chair, but the rest of that room was probably green, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I just hate they have to use so much CGI. And there was one part when it was Panther versus Panther or Jaguar, whatever he was, when they were going down below the trains. I was like, there's not a human being involved in this right now.
Yeah.
Then they took their hoods off and they were actually doing the choreography. So I was like, okay, they're trying to keep it at a minimum, I can tell. But still, it was a lot. But again, that's where all the Marvel movies are going. So I was like, I guess. I wish it didn't have to be that way. I do appreciate that they shot the Korea scenes in Korea. That was really nice.
Yeah.
And finally, the way that they built and showed us Wakanda. That's exactly what I wanted. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't have any complaints about that
oh my
at all.
goodness. Shuri's lab, their palace room, the marketplace, their dress, like, man, their fashion forward clothes was still like the African traditions that they held on to. It was beyond perfect. So again, if you made it through this whole movie and we spoiled it for you and you haven't seen it yet, go see it. There's still stuff that we missed, and I feel like you would enjoy it highly.
I feel like we didn't even really. I mean, we spoiled a few things, but
Not a lot though. I tried not to.
it's all good. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed this recap. Thanks for tuning in with us and have a great night. Bye.